Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and we have to do another vinyl video. What vinyl video is this? I totally forget. I don't even remember. I'm just lost in the world. Alright, let's continue. Going through my collection, we last left off on Matmos in the M's. And we're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. MC5, kick out the jams. Oh damn, you wanna listen to this album? One of the best live rock albums ever. I mean, MC5, there are instances of people saying in the past that they pretty much threw a lot of political, phrases and words into their songs just to kind of, appeal to people and, be kind of shocking or something like that. And their studio albums were never really good as this live LP. But I mean, some great songs on here, including Kick Out the Jams, Come Together, freaking Rocket Reducer, number 62. There is a freaking Sun Ra cover on this album as well that is just noisy, heavy, hectic. I mean, this is just a badass live rock LP from back in the day. Man, look at those dudes. Some heavy dudes. And this is one of those older pressings of the album where if you listen to it before Kick Out the Jams, when he's like, "Kick out the jams, motherfucker!" Instead they edit it out so it sounds like he says, "Brothers and sisters," instead, but it sounds completely different. Like, it's a terrible edit. It doesn't even sound like he's saying it naturally. So yeah, this is like one of those edited versions, but oh, I don't like it. That's like a hairline scratch across the record. But still, nice pressing of the record, kept in good condition. Moving on, John McLaughlin, electric guitarist. Check out John McLaughlin, man. This guy was a monster guitar player. Still is. He's still freaking alive. He came out with an album last year, I think. I mean, I wasn't really into it, not really into the new direction, but back in the day when jazz fusion was, was pretty hot, this guy was easily one of the best, especially with Mahavishnu Orchestra. But this is a solo LP that he did where there's a lot of great guitar playing on here as well. I actually got this copy from my buddy Brian. Shout out to Brian. Love you, Brian. I'm taking good care of it. I'm not beating it up or nothing. All right, MGMT, congratulations. With an album cover that I'm pretty sure is like, it's supposed to be like scratch off, like you can take a quarter, maybe that's it scratching a little bit right there. But I haven't scratched it. I just haven't had the desire to, have the cover scratched or even just sort of make the mess that it would probably create if I took a quarter of this and I just started like scratching up the cover. Congratulations. A lot of people did not like MGMT's direction on this LP, and I can understand why. I mean, they were really just kind of like a pop band before this album, and a lot of people, because of that, had already decided that MGMT is not their thing, and MGMT's fans, who are pretty much looking for another pop album, didn't really care for the more experimental and psychedelic direction that they took on this new LP. But I think this record is actually pretty good. I mean, it's an interesting psychedelic rock and pop record. Yeah, there are some tracks that I don't think really are that well developed, here and there, where they try to overshoot their, abilities a bit with structuring a track, kind of making something a little bigger than life. But man, there are some great freaking singles on here, including the closing track, which I think is just a fantastic closing track in general, for just closing tracks, period. Misfits records. Misfits, Legacy of Brutality. A lot of, B-sides on here. More compilation, really, than an album. Where Eagles Dare, She, Halloween, American Nightmare, Static Age, TV Casualty, Hybrid Moments. Some of my favorite Misfits songs on this LP. Great collection. Nothing really special about the pressing. As well as, this record, nothing really amazing about the pressing. 12-inch single of Die Die My Darling. We Bite. Mommy, Can I Go Out and Girl Tonight? There's Danzig, Jerry, Doyle, Robo. As well as maybe my favorite Misfits record, Earth AD. I have Walk Among Us, but not on vinyl, sadly. Queen Wasp on here, Devil Lock. Metallica does a pretty badass cover of a track off of here. And this is a little EP. Is this a compilation? I know it's an EP from the Misfits. We Are 138, Bullet, Hollywood Babylon, Attitude, Horror Business, Teenagers from Mars, Last Caress. A lot of these tracks ended up on Static Age that ended up getting put out later, but Horror Business did not actually make it onto that little thing, and I don't know why. And this is actually one of the records that the Misfits put out on Plan 9, marketed by Cherry Red, before they jumped to Caroline when they started. And I believe this is like an older UK original pressing. There's not even like a label on this record. You know, it doesn't even list anything as being on the EP. But if not Earth AD, this is definitely my favorite collection of Misfits tracks. It's short, sweet, brutal, gruesome, and hard-hitting. Many of the classics. Misunderstanding Human Behavior, Old Baby. This is actually a Misfits punk band. This is actually a bit of alt country, indie folk, a record that a personal acquaintance of mine made. Coming across that may be difficult, but again, you could look it up. Old Baby, Misunderstanding Human Behavior, 5-track EP. The print is on this side, and hopefully you can see the other side in the camera. On the other side, there is an etching of what looks like, are we getting it? Yeah, we're kind of getting it. Horses. There's an eyeball in the middle. There's people riding the horses. So interesting etching on the other side of this record. The songs are pretty decent. Production's good. You know, got that alt country twang to it. Moving on, Jazz Dialogue, the modern jazz quartet, or yeah, the quartet there, but quintet here. No, quartet, quintet, featuring freaking one of my favorite jazz artists, Milt Jackson. I love jazz vibraphone, just love the sound of it, and there's some great tunes on here. So I mean, if you're looking for some, you know, modern jazz, vibraphone jazz, then look this up. This is actually another record that I'm sure maybe even some jazz fans are not really going to dig. I dig it though. The thing is, a lot of jazz artists, for one reason or another, started combining their music or just their performances with orchestral arrangements, which did not sit well with a lot of people that just love listening to straight quartet, quintet, trio bands doing some improvisational music. And there are improvs on here as well as orchestrations, and this is one record that I have come across where you are hearing previously established hits from this band, including Django, but as well as other tracks. But orchestrations are actually implemented pretty tastefully, so the modern jazz quartet and the all-star jazz band, you're hearing some extra instrumentation in there, but it's put in there tastefully. I got it for $5 at Replay Records in Hamden. Good place if you're looking for some older stuff. Mogwai Live LP. I bought like the deluxe package when this album came out. I got the CD, the vinyl, the shirt, the download of the digital movie live show that they did. This I'm just not cracking open right now because I have the CD. If I want to listen to it, I'll just listen to it on the CD. Yeah, I know everybody like vinyl's better, vinyl sounds better, and I do agree for the most part, but I don't really have a reason to crack this open since I have been listening to it. I know what it sounds like. I'm just saying, live with it. So I can't open it really. But if you are looking for a live album, I mean, that's a hell of a live album and proves that Mogwai is just a powerful live act. Thelonious Monk, Something in Blue. I can't even remember where I got a hold of this. Did I buy this? Or did someone give this to me? Blue Sphere, Hackensack, Crisscross, Something in Blue, Nutty. Yeah. There's a Gershwin tune on here. I can't remember where the heck I got this. I can't remember the last time I looked at it. I know I had it out in a video once, but Warner Brothers Records. Thelonious Monk was a monster, man. This is good condition. I definitely must have looked at it before I got it. Oh boy. All right. We're gonna finish with Monk though. Thelonious Monk, something in blue. Actually, I have a few other Monk compilations. Volume 2, Volume 1, his Blue Note stuff, which is great. That's another record label. I know back here when I brought up a John Coltrane record, I mentioned Impulse had a lot of great jazz records, 50s and 60s. Blue Note too. If you're looking for some great jazz that came out of that era, look up Blue Note. But this is a great collection of tracks from Thelonious Monk, and a lot of cuts too on both sides of these records. I mean, a really kind of comprehensive compilation. And it doesn't cover everything he's ever done, but you get a lot of essential tracks on there if you can find those compilations for cheap, which you probably can. All right, looks like next we're going to be looking at some Mount Erie, but that's pretty much the end of this vinyl compilation video. Thank you for watching. Another one coming out soon. Anthony Fantano. Vinyl. Vinyl. Happiness. Forever. Hello.